Hello everyone and welcome to the Memphis International Raceway for the running of the Mountain Dew 250 here at this short track. Last season we came here and it was Irving Allison starting from the back of the grid, passed everyone, and won the race. This year he starts again in the last position, or actually in the 39th position, due to an inspection failure that costs him his third place starting position. Heartbreaking for that team. It's a cloudy day here at Memphis. We got a lot of racing in front of us, 75 laps around this short track. We'll see how it'll go. But on pole is the number 20, Sebastian Kukulon for Sauber Racing Team, scoring the pole here for Memphis. A great run for SRT and for Kukulon, trying to get himself his first career NSDCA victory, starting on pole today. Alongside him, Antoine Smith in the Jimmy Dean colors this time for the first time this season in that 00 for Shade Bearcart Racing. Jose Perez, Cody Goforth in third and fourth, but Goforth, his truck campaign hasn't gone off to the best of runs. He's 22nd in points right now with an average finish of 24th. In the Cup Series, he sits 4th in points after 3 races. Here we are at race number 3 of the truck season. He's hoping to turn this one around just like he did in the Cup Series. And Carson Bowers coming off of a 4th place finish at Auto Club after all the fuel ran out last time out. Bowers in this number 25. He's looking to put this truck back into the top 10 this time around, starting 8th today here. And Aiden Smith, the rookie for Monster Motorsports, starting 11th in that number 68, hoping that he will be able to put himself to victory lane today at one of his best tracks. Row number 7 is pretty interesting. You got Larry Hagan in the 76 and Eric Monaco in the 72. A few underdogs up here in this top group, including Smith and Rainey in front of them. This 11th to 14th group could be some underdogs to watch for as this race progresses. And there's Alex Peters, your points leader by 1 point over the Crown Royal 300 winner, Matthew Brown. Peters, a 2-time winner at Auto Club, has won the last 2 events there and won last time on Fuel Strategy. He rolls off 16th today, looking to improve his points lead over the rest of the field, as Matthew Brown trying to catch him, starting in that 19th position. Couple trucks starting further back. Zachary Racing's DeLello and Logan Bradley starting outside of the top 20. They are starting in the 25th and 26th positions right there. That is rough for those guys, but they're going to have to move their way through the field, including Anderson Reed, Colton Lane, and Alex Benyako. This group of 5 has 5 strong trucks. They have equipment underneath them, but just did not have it here at the short track today. Colton Lane right now sitting 21st in points after the first 2 races. It's been a rough first 2 races for Lane, hoping to bring that up here today here at Memphis. Dusty Neal, a short track guy, sat on the pole for South Boston last season. He starts in 31st. And 32nd, Austin Johnson in that Veterans Oil scheme. That guy definitely having a bad start to the season so far. Much better than Colton Lane, but only 9th in points for a truck and a driver that should be in the top 5. And there is Daniel Bouchard for Harmon Benning Peterson, the team not coming to the track with a pit crew. They qualified their way in and beat out the number 18 of Noah Kim, who was going to run the full race. And there you see back there Irving Allison and Cody Smart. Those 2 drivers failed inspection in qualifying. We're getting ready to go racing here at Memphis for the Mountain Dew 250, a 75-lap event. We will go ahead and go down trackside for the commands to fire the engines here at the Memphis International Raceway.
Drivers, start your engines.
Pepsi and the NSDCA have teamed up this season to bring you the Pepsi Pole Award for all 20 Crown Royal Truck Series races this season. This week it's Sebastian Kukulon for Sauber Racing Team putting this truck on pole for the Memphis race, the Mountain Dew 250. Kukulon looking for his first career win and Sauber's first career win on an oval. They want to get it done today at Memphis. Can they do it on the short track? Find out now for the Mountain Dew 250 at Memphis. With that, the engines are fired here at Memphis for the Mountain Dew 250. 40 drivers, 75 laps around the Memphis International Raceway. Sebastian Kukulon and the 00 of Antoine Smith on row 1. Jose Perez, Cody Goforth, Roger Ray, Jay Jefferson, Eli Bright, Carson Bowers, Peter Onjak, and Austin Murray, your top 10. These guys rushing off pit roads. It's a short pace lap around here because it is a short track. So we'll see how much beating and banging on this track we'll see compared to last season. Last year was just a cluster of a bunch of crashes, and we saw even in testing a couple guys getting in some incidents as well here in truck testing over the off season. Though Sebastian Kukulon and Antoine Smith are leading them down. They were the fastest out of everyone, and they are getting ready to go racing here at Memphis. Kukulon and Antoine Smith lead us down. Perez Goforth right behind him, coming down the front straightaway. Who's going to win after 75 laps at Memphis? Green flag is in the air. Kukulon with the jump into the race lead. Kukulon into turn 1 is on that inside line. Perez now in the 35 all over the back, or has Roger Ray all over the back of him as they head down the back straightaway. Now Ray going to look to the inside. Antoine Smith going 3 wide. We had an incident in the back, spin in the back already. Kukulon is going to lead him around for lap number 1 here, and we'll have a flyby as they come down the front straightaway, but we already have an incident at the back of the pack containing a couple drivers. Looks like rookie Noah Hart in his debut race. He might have had a piece of it. Anderson Reed might have got in it. Austin Johnson has fallen back. Cordell Smith, not sure if they just slowed up or what happened there. Colton Lane with some heavy damage to that 60 truck. That's scary there. Harmon Benning Peterson in the 06 might have had a piece of it, but they're getting through. Eric Monaco, not too happy, it looks like, with Colton Yo as he's trying to get to the bottom. Maybe he's just trying to get down pit road. I don't know what's going on there, but he forced his way down under Yo. It looks like the 60, the 06, the 63 coming on in. Noah Hart might be coming in back there. The field's going to try to sort their way back around here. But Eric Monaco in the 72, getting a little aggressive. But it's the 60 of Colton Lane with the heavy damage here early on in this event. The Monster Energy number 60 already torn up. And it looks like Lane's chance at a good finish here might just be over immediately. Joseph Strigley also coming down. I don't know if they're going to go, if they have damage or if they're coming in for fuel. The 06 is going to come on in, and they're going to park that number 06. Strigley comes in. It looks like he's going to go for fuel only, but Colton Lane coming down. They're going to try to repair this number 60. We'll go ahead and get a quick replay of what happened. Bring you guys back to the action here at the Mountain Dew 250 at Memphis. Zachary DeLello in the 53 is going to be part of this incident. Logan Bradley into the back of Kev Shearer, spins him across Zachary DeLello. Into the outside wall goes Colton Lane, Anderson Reed, and others. Couple cars taken out early in this race, but Shearer was just a pinball between multiple trucks, tried to check up for Spurley Tube, and ran over by Logan Bradley. DeLello, Bradley, and others involved in this one. Bring you guys back to the action after this at Mountain Dew 250. Back live a little early here at the Mountain Dew 250 as the pace laps go on around. An early incident already with multiple strong trucks. DeLello, Lane, Bradley involved in that, Anderson Reed. So that's a lot of the back guys that were fearing what could have happened early on in this race. Being 2x2, you all stack up, you crash on into each other. Eric Monaco, Joseph Strigley, Noah Hart. They came down to repair some on the 03 truck, but also these 3 drivers tipped off with some fuel only on these 3 GMCs. The 60 of Colton Lane, they came down pit road. You see they tore the hood off of that thing. They're going to get him back out. Good thing is, aero doesn't matter here as much as it has in the first 2 races of the season at Daytona and Auto Club, so maybe Lane will still be able to pick up some spots. No minimum speed requirement here at Memphis or the short tracks. Just if you are if you are basically limping around the field at pace truck speed, we're going to park you. But other than that, you know, there's not too many high speeds. You're only hitting about 120, 130 into the corners, so not much slower you can go. Just stay out of the way of the leaders the best you can if you are getting lapped at with damage. But Kukulon in the lead, Perez second, Antoine Smith fell back to third, Ray's up to fourth, Bright fifth, Goforth back to sixth, Onjack seventh, Jefferson eighth, Bowers ninth, Austin Murray 10th. Looks to be the same top 10, and I expect that. We had about half a lap under green before they all went into chaos back there, going 2 and 3 wide. Hopefully, though, coming back on lap 7 of 75, it will be an easier restart because they are single-filed out. So Sebastian Kukulon in the 20 in this race lead, trying to hang on. He jumped out nicely to an advantage on that opening lap. See if he can do it again. But Perez, Antoine Smith, Roger Ray, Eli Bright right behind him. The Dodges and Toyotas dominating this race already. It's been 6 laps. They hold the entire top 5. Green flag's back in the air. And Kukulon in the 20 is going to get a nice jump into the race lead. Back in second, Perez, as Antoine Smith looks to the outside of him. Not going to happen, though, as Roger Ray's going to jump to the inside, and that's up to the 3rd spot. Now we got to watch back here. We're going to go ahead as Ray makes a move for second. Did we make it clean down the back straightaway? Look into the very back. It looks like, at least for now, we are clean. We're going to have to watch Colton Yo there as he's going to slide it up almost into the outside wall and down the front straightaway. We are at least green for one green flag lap here at Memphis. We'll see if this short track will be any cleaner than the rest of them. Roger Ray now trying to chase down Kukulon as Kukulon is pulled out to a nice advantage in that 20 truck. Again, Kukulon looking for that first career win. Can he do it today here at Memphis? It's pretty hard to pass with all the cautions that could happen, so we'll have to see how clean these guys will be able to move and see if they can make moves on people here. Eli Bright went to the inside of Jose Perez, took that spot away from him. Now he's coming up to Roger Ray. Two teammates, or two alliance partners right here, as Bright's going to make a move now for that second position. The TSR 8 is on fire out here. His one and only career NSDCA victory coming at a short track. Richmond, built kind of like this, but faster and I believe a little bigger than the Memphis Raceway here today. Kukulon, though, trying to hang on out in front. Bright second, Ray is third, Perez fourth, Onjak up to fifth, Bowers pushing him up to sixth, but now might make a move for that fifth position. Not going to happen. Antoine Smith back to seventh and dropping is now Jefferson's going to get a nose to the inside. That's for that eighth position. Battle for 10th, I believe, between Austin Murray, Aiden Smith. Looking further back, there's Alex Peters. Brandon Morris in the 89 moving his way through the field. But back here, 2 and 3 wide. Ethan Head might have got a piece of the wall. You see, they really stack up coming into these corners. There's just, you got to slow down. You're trying to outbrake as many people as you can, but you got to slow down. And in a line like that, it is going to be very hard to stay off of people. Flyby down the front straightaway. Kukulon leads over Bright, Ray, Perez, and Onjak, your top five. The rest of the field cycling on through here. Mid-pack, there's some pretty good battles. And at the rear, currently, it looks like Colton Lane, even with that damage, if we can go say hi to the 60 car or 60 truck real quick, he's picked up a few spots on Joseph Strigley, Anderson Reed, Maxwell Fye in the 01, and Eric Monaco. Cordell Smith in the 67 looking for a move on Kukulon back here. And Irving Allison in the 82. Let's see if we can find that 82 truck. There he is. He did this from last to first last season. He's now fighting Alex Fletcher. That's for the 24th position as they head down into the corner. So he's steadily gaining. Only 13 laps in. He's gained a lot. That might have also been from the incident earlier on in this event. Alex Bignacco on the back of Riley Spurley-Tube. Luke Rainey in the 71 right there as well. It looks like up front they're staying single file. Jefferson and Onjak going at it for that is the fifth position, not the race lead. Noah Hart is out of the race. They took that truck behind the wall in the number 03, so it looks like Noah Hart's debut not going to go off too swell. He is out of this one. Battle for fourth now as these two are catching Jose Perez. This is the battle we're watching on track. Further back, though, Antoine Smith diving it to the inside of Austin Murray and now looking for a move on Carson Bowers. We just saw Alex Peters is going to get that 45 inside the top 10 as they head on around here at Memphis. Sebastian Kukulon, though, maintaining the race lead and pulling away from Bright, Ray, Perez, and Onjak. You see the gap in the top five really spread out as Kukulon is launching away in that number 20. This truck has shown some speed on the short tracks. Last season, it has a great short track program, but again, Matty Porta just cannot get wins on the 20 team. Kukulon now, could he finally get his first career win here at Memphis? He's running pretty swell out in front, about a 2-second advantage so far, and still putting down some pretty fast laps over Bright and Ray. Onjak now all over the back of Perez. That is for that fourth position as they are chasing those top three, trying to catch back up. Jefferson clear into sixth, trying to make a move, but Onjak looks to the inside of Perez. Can he get a nose down there? And he's not going to be able to. Perez defending pretty well here at Memphis. Jefferson now. Onjak gets a poor exit because of Perez stacking him up a little bit. Jefferson's going to get the move down to the inside, and that's going to be for that fifth position if he can make it stick in that number 48 truck. We'll see if he can coming off the corner, and he will. He'll pull at least alongside and try to clear Peter Onjak into the corner. That he will. Onjak, no, Onjak's going to dive it in on that outside line. Jefferson back on the inside, and Jay's going to get that spot taken from him, or he's going to take that spot from Onjak. Bowers now sits 7th, Murray 8th, Antoine Smith 9th, 10th is the 45. Look at Jesse Turner. The Onjado guy's doing swell today. Except Anderson Reed, who was involved in that early crash. Turner right now the lowest one, not in an incident. He's 12th currently, chasing down Aiden Smith. 13th, Brandon Morris, a great run there, but Cody Goforth, heartbreaking for him. He's fallen all the way back to the 14th position in that GMC number 27. And this is not a good start to that race. Started this race 4th, now sitting back in 14th, has lost 10 on the day so far. Another guy back there, you see the CFRO number 98, and Larry Hagan all inside this top group. Looking further back, there's Irving Allison. He is tearing through this field. He's looking for a top 20 run on Riley Spurleytube right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Sebastian Kukulon. It looks like Bright caught him by a couple tenths there at the top of your screen on the ticker, but Irving Allison is tearing his way through the field. I don't think there's going to be enough time without a caution because last season they were aided a lot by a ton of cautions here at Memphis, and Eli Bright is catching Kukulon by a whole margin here. It's come down about a second in the last few laps. Now it's going to stretch back out, it looks like, but the top three are really spread out and just kind of driving around trying to catch up to each other. Kukulon out in the race lead, Bright second. We got a war for third as Murray's going to get into the back of Bowers and shove him out of the way. That's an old teammate there. When Murray was still on Onge Auto, now he's gone from Mid-South Automotive now to Pedal to Metal Racing, up inside the top 5. He's 5th currently, and that move on Bowers might not go well. You see Peter Onjak back there as well, though that's not his truck, the number 25. It is his driver, and it's the champion from last season. I don't know if Murray wants to really rough him up there, but he's making moves here at the short track, trying to get himself towards the front. Now trying to make a look on Jefferson. That's for that 5th position. Onjak clearing to 6th. Perez now dropping back as Bowers is going to try to pick up in that 25. He's going to take it a bit more conservatively into the corner, though. Jesse Turner now sits himself inside the top 10. Aiden Smith has dropped back a bit. Looking back through the field, there's Irving Allison in the 82. That's contact. He's going to get into Kyle Corbett in that 19 truck as they head down the back straightaway. And Irving Allison is not letting these guys go too far. He wants this spot. He would have started this race in 3rd. It could have been a race win for him if he was just above all of these guys. But he is working his way 1/3 of the way through this race. He's already up to the 19th position and tried to get Kyle Corbett to move out of the way, but Allison now chasing down that number 19 of Corbett. Rainey has that 19 on the back of him. Up front, Eli Bright trying to gain some spots. A bit of a gap back there. There's Alex Fletcher. Talk about Simtech Racing Incorporated real quick. Made the 500 because no one went home in the 500, but then he went to Auto Club last week, DNQ'd the race. Jacob Edson drove this truck in the Crown Royal 300. Did not qualify last week with Alex Fletcher for the Auto Club race, but he's back here. This is his first official truck start with the team, and right now not doing too hot. Started in the back. He's 24th right now, so he's ahead of a good few people, but falling back, not really having the car or the truck underneath him. Colton Lane, it looks like, has kind of stalled out, and there you see, there is 5 trucks right there, and there's Kukulon coming off of the corner, so they're about 3/4 of the way in front of Kukulon, or 3/4 of the track behind Kukulon. So Sebastian might be getting into lap traffic, and that could be the deciding factor here. He's been in clean air. They have a truck to beat, 27 to 75 complete, and it's all Sebastian Kukulon out in front. We're going to go ahead, take a quick commercial break, bring you guys back to the action here at Memphis as Kukulon, Bright, and Ray look to be the class of the field. Jefferson, Murray, and others trying to catch the top 3. We're going to go ahead, get you guys back to the action after this commercial break. Back live here at the Mountain Dew 250. Kukulon now getting himself into lap traffic. Maxwell Fye going to be the first victim in that number 01 truck as Kukulon trying to get around him right up to the back bumper of the 01. We'll see what he can do coming off the corner. This might be his downfall. Eli Bright right now is about 4 seconds back. You see him right there at the top of your screen. So he still has to deal with all of these cars, all of these trucks. But Kukulon has to deal with them first. And you see these packs of trucks right up in front of him. Some of the guys back here, Cordell Smith, Colton Yo, Zachary Fitzwater, Cody Smart in the 12. He's going to have to lap his own truck. Colton Lane, Eric Monaco, Joseph Strickland going to be the next ones to fall. We'll see if this will change anything with Eli Bright. We'll see if pit stops in this race will change anything as well. Of course, they're using a lot of tires here, turning so sharply around these corners. Battle for third starting to heat up as Jefferson is caught up to the 84 of Roger Ray, and Jefferson's coming down the front straightaway, going to look to the inside of that 84. Slams on the brakes not to hit that 84. It's really hard to get a consistent line down into 1 and 2. It's just so much momentum, and you're already on a curve with the curved front straightaway, so you really got to just send it or be conservative to get around people. Jefferson now clear into third. Eli Bright trying to work his way past the 01 of Maxwell Fye as he's starting to catch up to Kukulon, hopefully, unless Fye is going to throw the block on him in that 01. Bright having some troubles getting by him, going to get by now. Jefferson clear into third, Ray fourth, Murray fifth, Onjak sixth, Perez seventh, Antoine Smith 8th. 9th, Carson Bowers, and now 10th, Jesse Turner. This 47 truck, of course, is the 4th truck on the team, given to Jesse Turner in a deal between Ditech and Onge Auto to get Turner some experience in top-tier equipment, and I don't think he's been too bad this season. At Auto Club, it was a bit iffy. He wasn't running too far up, but at Daytona, he was a threat near the end, and right now, here at Memphis, he's running pretty swell as well. Though he is only 26th in points, and that 47 truck going to have to gain some spots up, hoping that he will not DNQ this season like Anderson Reed did last year for Onge Auto in their open truck. Up front, Kukulon starting to work his way through, got around Joseph Strigley. That puts him between himself and Eli Bright. Now Jay Jefferson catching up to the 01. I think Kukulon, if I was that 20 team, I wouldn't be too worried about Eli Bright. I'd be more worried about the team boss back there in that 48. Jefferson has had 2 abysmal starts to the season. In the truck race, he ran well. Got himself a top 10. Ran very nicely. At Auto Club, he was wrecked just 5 laps in by Riley Spurleytube, the guy, is teammate to this number 48 team. So Jefferson a bit heated after last time out at Auto Club. He wants to get up here. He wants to finally get that win. You see Kukulon being held up by Eric Monaco now in the 20. Eli Bright trying to work his way around Joseph Strigley. And now there's the battle for the race lead. It's going to be the lappers that bring Kukulon back into Eli Bright. And this is what short track racing's all about. You're going to have to battle some of these slower cars as the race progresses because it's so short. Some guys are slower or faster than others, and it's going to cost them a lot of time. Now Eli Bright trying to push that 63 around. Jefferson, the other TSR entry now, is up into the 3rd spot, chasing him down. Roger Ray 4th, Austin Murray 5th. Dodges continue through this field. There's your points leader, Alex Peters, in 11th. Second in points, as there's some contact there. Alex Benyako sideways coming off of the corner with Riley Spurleytube. So they're making some contact back there. There's Logan Bradley. Where is Matthew Brown at? Brown is all the way back there in that 16. 27th. He's fallen back. Looks like his streak of top 2 place finishes are not going to last very long. Battle for, I believe, the 7th position between Perez and Antoine Smith. Roger Ray Murray trying to get on around, but Kukulon now opening a gap once again. Eric Monaco being a bit feisty with these guys, not letting them go by too quickly. Strigley's going to bring himself down pit road. He pitted early on for fuel. Now he's into the grass. And he's into pit road, the pit road barrier. Roger Ray's in it, Austin Murray's in it, and he tears it up, locked up the brakes trying to get on in, and Joseph Strigley, Jesse Turner's in it, Alex Peters, points leader, is in it. And they're all torn up down here at Memphis, and that's heartbreaking for a couple drivers. They're all trying to get on through, and that's going to bring out the caution in the middle of a pit cycle. Alex Benyako right there. So this is going to bring everyone back to Kukulon, or Kukulon back to everyone else. We'll see how the pit stops go as Eli Bright and Jefferson are sitting right now behind Eric Monaco, who's not deciding to catch up. But Joseph Strigley locked it up coming into pit road, hit the grass, and that is his chance at this race win, or at least chance at finishing the race done. Alex Peters, your points leader, was 11th, and he's out. Jesse Turner was in the top 10. He's out of the race. A couple cars, of course, you see laps down up there, but Sebastian Kukulon in the 20 truck. Now he's going to bring that team down to pit road. He's going to the attention of the Sparco pit crew, and it most likely you go 4 tires and fuel. Right now we're at lap 43. That is over halfway, so this should be the one and only pit stop of the race, as they're going to go now to the other sides. Antoine Smith, an issue on pit road there for the 00 team, and Sebastian Kukulon is going to get out a nice advantage over everyone else. Kukulon first, Eli Bright second, Stephen Wallace Jr. in the 98 truck up to third, Onjak 4th, Benyako 5th, Bowers 6th, Morris 7th, 8th Hagen, 9th Bradley, 10th Austin Johnson. What happened back here on pit road with guys like Jay Jefferson? A lot of guys having issues on pit road here at Memphis as the pace truck comes on around. We'll have to see if they get out in time. Spurleytube a slow pit stop. Antoine Smith, Jose Perez a slow pit stop. Austin Murray a slow pit stop. Goforth coming on out. Aiden Smith in the 68 coming back on out. There's Murray going to get out there. And Antoine Smith, that's going to be it for that 00 team. Perez is going to try to beat them out, and I think he will get out in front of the pace truck, but Antoine Smith, problems on pit road. His day is done in that 00 car. He's going to be out of this one. Eli Bright's second. Stephen Wallace Jr. up to third. On Jack Benyako is now, I believe he's actually a lap down because he came in before the crew came in. We'll see, though, where he will be when timing and scoring updates. Bowers, Morris, Hagan, Bradley, Johnson. The field has just gone topsy-turvy here after some issues on pit road. Antoine Smith and Ethan Head still on pit road. Issues there. The 72 and 12 still on pit road, so they might be trying to do some help. Or that's not the 12. I think that might be the 19 on pit road. Irving Allison is on pit road again, so issues here at Memphis. Kukulon, Bright, SWJ, Onjak, and Benyako should be your top 5 here at... No, Benyako's not in top 5, but those are your top 4 here at Memphis. We're going to go ahead, get you guys a replay, get you guys back to the action here for the final few laps here at Memphis. Joseph Strigley was trying to come down pit road, and he's just going to overheat the tires, heading on in, keeps it in the throttle a bit too long, right into the pit wall, and that is a big hit for the 63. Austin Murray also piles in. Alex Peters will come on in as well after he hits Jesse Turner, and that is multiple drivers who are at the front of this pack out of this one. On board here with Roger Ray, as he just had nowhere to go, piles right on in. And on the visor cam of Alex Peters this week, he's driving through the corner, tries to jump to the inside, but Turner hits him, nowhere for Peters to go. And is a big hit to the 45. Bring you guys back to the action after this. Mountain Dew 250 at Memphis. Back live here at Memphis for the Mountain Dew 250. Handful of trucks out after that one. Joseph Strigley hitting the pit wall takes out Jesse Turner, Alex Peters, and Roger Ray. A couple guys trapped a lap down, including Alex Benyako. That's the entire Shade Burkhardt Racing lineup, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. All a lap down. Kukulon has to deal with Jose Perez out in front of him. Can Kukulon pull away? He's led this entire race. He wants to win it. Stephen Wallace Jr., Eli Bright, Peter Onjak on the back of him. Green flags back in the air here at Memphis. Who's going to win it? Now Bright looking to the outside, to the inside. Kukulon to the outside of Perez, trying to make it a move on the outside into turn 1. I don't know if that's going to stick. Perez is real slow, and it will. Big move by Kukulon, and that's going to get him into the race lead in the 20 truck. Bright now has to contend with Jose Perez trying to get around. Onjak in third. Benyako back there. And there's a big pile up. Jay Jefferson pushing people. Alex Fletcher's in it. Ethan Head's in it. And they're all torn up here at Memphis. Ethan Head's day is done. Austin Johnson's day is done. Stephen Wallace Jr. is coming down pit road. There's an issue on the 98 truck. But Ethan Head, heavy damage to that 17 truck. And now Kukulon has Perez between both of them. Between him and Eli Bright. Kukulon out in front. The 98 truck of SWJ down pit road. There's Ethan Head in the 17. Austin Johnson in the 77 pacing on around there for that GMC team. And a whole heap of more trucks torn up here at Memphis. We're going to have to go ahead and get you a replay. Bring you guys back to the action after this. But, man, that is heartbreaking for Aiden Smith. Alex Fletcher, his car damaged up. Austin Johnson, his truck is destroyed. And we got a lot of drivers coming back down pit road. Antoine Smith might have got a piece of that. So did the 72. Rest of the field. So we'll bring guys back to the action after this here at Memphis. Multiple things happened here. Austin Johnson looks to the inside of Bradley. They're going to get together. Then Jefferson shoots up the track, and Dusty Neal is going to get into him, which just clips the 77, and he's 3 wide with Corbett and Bradley. They bounce off each other. Alex Fletcher gets turned in this. Austin Murray as well, and Ethan Head comes flying in, and that 17 truck is destroyed. Austin Johnson, though, looking at the helicopter cam here, you see he gets right up to the back of the 57. They're going to touch. Jefferson shoots it up the track, and then Dusty Neal just walks it up a little too far there into the inside wall. And those two up front, Bradley and Corbett, nice save by them. The Simtech 32 is going to get destroyed by Ethan Head. But on board with Dusty Neal here, and you just see Johnson, Jefferson, they're all over the place in this 3-wide situation. Jefferson and Neal into the inside wall, and Jefferson sliding around, trying to get control of it, and he's going to hit Neal coming through the corner as well. We'll bring you guys back to the action here at the Mountain Dew 250 at Memphis right after this. Back live here at the Mountain Dew 250 at Memphis. Kukulon in the race lead has Jose Perez between himself and Eli Bright. Onjak third, and then there's a lapper of Alex Benyako. And then fourth, Brandon Morris in the 89 truck. Fifth, Larry Hagan. Sixth, Bauer. Seventh, Bradley. Eighth is the 19 of Corbett. Ninth, Jefferson. 10th, Dusty Neal. A couple more drivers retired from this event. Ethan Head, Austin Johnson, and the 32 of Alex Fletcher coming back around to take the green flag. We're back racing here at Memphis. Jose Perez all over the back of the 20 truck, and Kukulon might have this race won at this point. Has the 35 between him. No one's been able to get by him all race long. Morris now all over the back of Alex Benyako coming off the corner. Eli Bright looking to the inside of Jose Perez, and that is trying to get Bright back into the swing of things here. On that inside, looking further back, there's Stephen Wallace Jr. in the 98 truck. He's now a lap down after that issue on pit road. So now this field, everyone fighting to get their way through and up into the race lead as they continue on around. But Bright and Onjak trying to chase down Sebastian Kukulon in that 20 team. Kukulon out in front, Bright and Onjak second and third. Onjak was the closer at Auto Club last week for the Cup Series. Was able to get around Carson Bowers in the closing stages. Went on to win the race after passing Brady Burkhardt, who was thought to be dominant that entire race long. Now Onjak all over the back of Bright. That's for that second position as they head on through the corner. Bright trying to chase down Kukulon. Kukulon is pulled away. Perez in the 35. What does he do to Onjak? Is he trying to get his lap back, or is he just going to race around and just try to stay ahead of Alex Benyako? Eli Bright trying to push it to catch Kukulon. 20 laps to go at Memphis. Kukulon out in front. The rest of the field flying on by. Bright in second. Onjak third. Back and forth is Morris. Fifth, Larry Hagan. Sixth, Bowers. Battle for seventh between Dusty Neal. Look at the 94 truck for Cloud Foster Racing Operations up here. Look at Kyle Corbett surviving the calamity here at Memphis. He's into the 8th position. On the inside of him, or on the outside of him, is now Bradley back to 9th. Cody Smart. He had an inspection failure early on. He's into the top 10 in that 12 truck. Jefferson 11th. Anderson Reed involved in an early crash in 12th. This field got shaken up topsy-turvy. Eli Bright trying to catch Sebastian Kukulon in the closing laps. Kukulon out in front, though. He's been dominant this entire race, has pretty much led it flag to flag in that 20 truck. Down the front straightaway they go. Bright in second, Onjak in third. Kukulon in this 20 is out in front, though, here as he heads through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway as Bright is now into second, Onjak third. They're just trying to chase him down, but I don't think there's going to be enough time to close that gap between Bright and Kukulon. Sebi's going to run it a bit wide, though. Bright taking the quarter a lot tighter. Morris back there in fourth, trying to move on up. It looks like Kyle Corbett in the 19 has been shot out of a cannon. He's trying to move his way inside the top 10 in that 19 truck. And Dusty Neal back there. Do not count out this Bryant number 94. He's doing his best he can here on the short tracks. Bradley back up here. There's Cody Smart. Cordell Smith 13th. Irving Allison a lap truck, sadly, on a run that 82 truck was really flying through this field. The rest of these guys look to be mostly a lap down. Sebastian Kukulon, though, your race leader over Bright and Onjak with 15 to go. Does Onjak have anywhere he can go around this number 8 truck? Kukulon has pulled away. Morris back there in fourth. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. Bright and Onjak battling for that second position is what Sebi needs to be able to pull away. They do not need a caution for that 20 truck, though, because Bright would be right on the back of him for a late run at a caution. But Kukulon out in front, just dominating this race so far, trying his best, just 15 laps away from getting his first career victory in the NSDCA. Kukulon out in front, Bright in second. Bright is not gaining at all. That's down to 1.6 now. Is the gap as Onjak's trying his best to hang on to Bright. Further back, you got Larry Hagan trying to hang on to a top 5 for Ford Performance Racing. Give them a shout out. The Briars 76 has been wheeled through the field, through the carnage. They're up inside the top 5. Carson Bowers 6th. 7th is that 19 of Corbett. 8th Bradley. 9th Neal. 10th Cody Smart. Opened up to 2 seconds now between Kukulon and Bright. I don't think they're going to catch him. This truck has just been shot out of a cannon today. Ever since the drop of the green flag, he has not been passed. They almost had him when the lappers came. The TSR guys, the 48 and the 8 were able to catch up and almost get to him. Now Kukulon out in front, just only about 12 laps away from taking his first career CRTS victory. Bright in second. He's now, it looks like, trying to hang on over Onjak because Onjak's going to go real wide through there. Bright needs the push. I wouldn't be looking at a second place run right now. You got to try to catch that number 20 truck of Kukulon, but Kukulon has just pulled away. Onjak there in third. Morris fourth. As the field continues to roll around, Morris trying to get by Perez, but there is the gap between second and third. There is fourth back there, but there is Kukulon in a league of his own today here at Memphis. Looking further back there, the end of the lead lappers looks to be Zachary Fitzwater in 22nd for that 59 truck. There's Matthew Brown. He's going to be able to pick up spots on Alex Peters, but Alex Benyako, Colton Yo also at the back of this grid, Austin Murray at the back of this grid. This might just bring the whole field accordioning back together. Here is Onjak's going to look for second on Bright. Can he go and chase down Kukulon? But the top 5 in points all finishing right now 20th or worse. That could mean that these guys further back in the standings could be getting back up there and into the fight for the regular season title. Onjak, though, all over Bright, and he's going to look for that second position. I don't think he has enough time to catch Kukulon. Kukulon has set sail in that 20 truck. He's in a league of his own today. Onjak clearing to second. Can he chase down the number 20? 8 laps to go. There's almost no chance with a 3.1 second lead here at Memphis. This race is most likely over as Kukulon continues to pull away. A caution now could bring the field right back together and could be the thing that will stop this 20 of Sebastian Kukulon. He's out in the race lead coming around. We have 8 laps to go at Memphis. Eric Monaco in the 72, Antoine Smith in the 00 are up there. Kukulon does not need to push. He has pulled away from Onjak. He has about a back straightaway lead on him in that number 20 truck. And further up is the 72, 00 and 01. You don't need to catch him. You don't need to catch him get slowed down and possibly lose this race if you get slowed down enough. Onjak is the one that has to push. He's the one that has to try to gain there. He gained about 3/10 there. That's not going to be enough. He needs to gain half a second or more each of these final 7 laps. He's pulled away from Eli Bright. Can he catch Kukulon? I don't think he's going to, but hey, miracles can happen here at Memphis. Now the 20 out in front. You see the gap there between him and the 44 as they come across the line. 3.27 last time by, 2.97. He's gaining about 3/10 a lap, it seems, on Kukulon, but that's not going to be enough. He would have had to get around Eli Bright at the restart to catch himself up to Kukulon in time, but he is slowly closing the gap to the number 20 truck. Onjak trying his best. Eli Bright going back at it. I think he wants to fight for second instead of going for the race win, but Onjak's pushing. He's pushing hard, and there he goes. He loses 3/10 there, and that's going to be it. Kukulon out in front in this 20 truck, just 4 laps away from victory. Into 3 and 4, he's going to have to work his way around. Eric Monaco, Antoine Smith, Maxwell 5 possibly in these final laps. If I was him, just sit there and let them catch up. You have so much of a gap between them. You don't need to try to get by the 72 and end up being hooked into them. Onjak gains another 2/10 there. Kukulon right behind the 72 with 3 laps to go here at Memphis. Looking for a move on Monaco, not going to happen. Just sitting behind him for right now. They're not going to catch him unless something goes wrong with these lap trucks and Kukulon. Out in front, Kukulon, 2 laps to go. Caution is out! Caution is out, and that's the race right there. There is no green-white checkered rule in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Alex Benyako has been turned around, and that's going to do it. Sebastian Kukulon in the 20 truck. If he makes 2 more laps, he is your race winner at Memphis. Onjak in second. He wanted this about 7 laps ago. If he had this 7 laps ago when he passed Eli Bright, he could have had a shot at the win, but it's not going to happen here. Kukulon in the 20 is out in front, and it looks like this is going to be his race to lose now, as he just has 2 laps left here at Memphis to make some laps around the field. Alex Benyaka was turned at the back. He will lose all those positions he gained. It's not too far. He was leading the lappers outside of Jose Perez, I think, so he would have been 25th. He's fallen back to, it looks like, 28th position, as there's a few other guys multiple laps down that passed him, but that isn't for position. Now, 2 more laps around this field for Kukulon to go ahead and take his first career victory in the Crown Royal Truck Series and in the NSDCA in general. It's going to be a long-awaited victory for the Sauber Racing Team number 20 for Sebastian Kukulon, and he just needs to hit 1 more lap before he can do it. Onjak put up a good fight in that 44. He was gaining at the end. Bright caught back up to him. He had a couple bad corners, and all the momentum went away. If this was a longer race, maybe he would have catched him. Maybe he would have had more time if a caution came out now, but This isn't the Cup Series. We do not have the green-white checkered rule here. And Sebastian Kukulon in the number 20 is going to take the white flag here at Memphis. Just one more lap to go for the 20 team. Sauber Racing Team has waited so long to go to victory lane at an oval, their only career victory being the road course win at Watkins Glen 2 years ago with Alex Kraft. And now Kukulon in the 20 team. Porta has not gotten an oval victory yet for Sauber Racing Team. He has won in the Mountain Dew Custom Series at Dover, but that was before Sauber was in the series. And now coming down the back straightaway, Sebastian Kukulon in the Sparco number 20. He's going to head through 3 and 4. There's nothing that can stop him now. He's going to go crazy. The fans are going to go crazy. The longest winless drought in the NSDCA. He's never won in over almost 100 starts. It's going to come to him today. Sebastian Kukulon off of turn number 4. There's going to be a pace to the line, but he didn't need it. A dominant truck all day. Kukulon finally gets it done here in the Crown Royal Truck Series. He wins the Mountain Dew 250. Fantastic for Sebi. That has to be great for him and that Sparco team. The Sauber Racing Team has not gone to victory lane at Memphis before, or in the NSDCA before on an oval, and this is their first oval victory. Kukulon, all he needed to do was get out of Rockstar Energy Racing, go on his own path, and he brings home the victory. An absolutely dominant performance here at Memphis. I believe he led all 75 laps, but that is an insane run for Kukulon, and you know he's got to be smiling ear to ear in that number 20. He's done it. He's gone to victory lane, and now the real season starts. He has a win. He wants the championship. This was a race. Definitely was a race. Kukulon putting on a dominating performance. There was a lot of carnage, a lot of chaos, some pit road issues for a lot of drivers, but Sebastian Kukulon brings it home in that number 20. He brings home the race victory and ends up as the race winner here at Memphis. An exciting day for him. Sauber Racing Team and Sebastian Kukulon scoring their first career victories, and they got to be happy about that one. Couple guys coming up at the end. Peter Onjak, Eli Bright running very well. Onjado did get screwed out with a couple incidents, including our points leader for Zachary Racing, Alex Peters. He was in that incident with multiple Onjado drivers. Shade Burkhardt Racing stuck on pit road, issues on pit road. It's a short track. You got to get through with these crews quickly, and looks like they were held up on pit road with some issues. But a lot of drivers here were looking for that first career win, but Sebastian Kukulon in the 20 team is able to actually get it done. 75 laps here for this race. It'll be 100 for the Cup race tomorrow, but we'll see if the fans will return to Memphis here for the Cup race tomorrow. An exciting race there at the end. Kukulon pulling away, but Onjak was trying to pull in, just really could not get there in time. Most of the rest of the race, mostly single file, a good bit of passing in the midfield, but out in front. The class act of the day was really Sebastian Kukulon. You can also throw in Eli Bright, Roger Ray to that as well, and Jay Jefferson in the 48, who was screwed once again by some incidents on the track. We thank you guys for tuning in to the Mountain Dew 250 here at Memphis. Sebastian Kukulon coming home with the race victory after leading the entire race himself. That's how you go out and get your first career win. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.